Hello, and welcome back to A Chef's Curiosity. This week, we eat one of my favorite places, Detroit. Here's a fun fact you might not know about me. I love Detroit. I've been going there since I was a kid for various reasons, and I love it. One of the things I fell in love with the most, besides the people, of course, was the pizza. Let's explore that. Detroit-style deep dish pizza dates back to 1946 when a fella named Gus Guerra put it on the menu at a place called Buddy's Rendezvous, following the advice of a beloved customer named Connie Pacheco. Probably butchered that name, but let's make it, shall we? It may have started in Detroit, but now we've got it, so let's make it. If you see my other pizza episode, right here, then the dough is the same. We're just gonna treat it a little bit differently. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Basically wanna fry this dough. So we're gonna go in the pan with a little bit of oil, maybe a little more. And then a nice 2-finger smear of butter. And then just rub it around till it's evenly coating the pan. And then once that's thoroughly coated, go on in with your dough ball. Then stretch it out as far as you can get it, because we're gonna let it relax a little bit more. That way we can stretch it out to the very corners of the pan so that those edges can get nice and crispy. So I'd say let it rest at room temperature for about 30 minutes to an hour. Now while the dough's resting, let's go ahead and make a quick sauce for the top. All right, in a small saucepan, put a little bit of oil, about a 1/4 cup of onion, yeah, 1/2 cup, I like onion, a little bit of kosher salt, and just let them sweat for a moment. While they're sweating, go ahead and add a little bit of Italian herb blend and a little bit of chili flake. Then once the onions are pretty much translucent, go in with a standard size can of tomato sauce, bit of garlic powder, bit of onion powder, then just let it simmer for about a 1/2 hour. All right, now let's talk a little bit about toppings. All right, so the dough's been resting for about, I'd say about 40 minutes or so. And you can stretch it all the way out to the corners now. All right, once you've got it stretched all the way out to the corners, let's talk about some toppings. Of course, pepperoni, some diced red onion, some sauteed mushrooms. Oh, and be liberal. This is not your average dainty little delicate pizza. This is serious blue-collar decadence. Next, some black olives. They're not for everybody, but I like them. Then something that goes on everything I make just about. Sliced jalapeno. These ones are pickled. And again, be generous. All right, now, continuing the generosity and liberal nature, I want you to use a pound of cheese. Now, making extra sure you get it close to the edges and the corners so you can get it crispy. You'll see what I'm talking about when it comes out of the oven. And again, tradition would have us use something called Wisconsin brick cheese, but that's pretty hard to find around here unless you order it. So I'm using a blend of mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and sharp white cheddar. All right, then just before you put it in the oven, you're gonna wanna hit it with some of that pizza sauce you made a while ago. And then over the top in 2 generous stripes. 2 stripes, like racing stripes. It's the Motor City after all. Breaking all kinds of pizza traditions. All right, then into a 420 degree oven for about 20 minutes. Then turn your broiler on and let it go for about 3 minutes, but keep an eye on it. See you in a bit. Then after between 20 and 25 minutes, look at this. Just gorgeous. Let it cool for about 10 minutes, then we can eat it. All right, what you're gonna wanna do is very carefully run a spatula around the edges to get it all free. And then, using your longest spatula and fervent prayer, get it out of the pan. Ha ha ha. That looks f***ing amazing.
Yes, it was.
No, I'm not even kidding. This looks incredible. Look at this crust.
I know.
And then,
It's golden brown on the
I don't know.
It really is gorgeous on the
I don't know if you can hear this. Let me see if we can. Just crusty.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. As I said, let's give it a few more minutes out of the pan so we can cut it without it being a catastrophe. And then, my God, I'm ready to eat. All right, then you can cut it however you like, but the easiest way I figured out is just a pizza wheel. Once down the middle between the stripes. Once in half. So you got 8 slices. All right, let's see what we got. As you can see, I took a corner piece. You know what? That reminds me of day trips up to the Henry Ford Museum. Just afterward, we always be hungry because you're walking around a museum all day. Actually, I'm missing something. Fago. Detroit. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me on yet another trip down memory lane. Join me next week when we explore another one of my favorite places, Wisconsin. Stay curious.